What's going on, my chiefy chiefs, my slimy slimes? It's me, Camden vale-smith, aka I'm everlasting. I'm feeling real good today because I just watched a real good movie. Bottoms. I watched it by completely legal means. Why would you ever accuse me of such things? I loved it. Loved it. I had the best fucking time. I was cheesing like a kid at Christmas the entire time. I thought it was hilarious. Within 2 freaking minutes, I was howling laughing at this movie. Everything from the line readings, the overacting, the chemistry, the quips, the freaking rapid pace of this movie, the absurd scenarios, the bits. All of it was a treat. Mwah. Incredible. I loved this film. This film, however, it doesn't seem like it's getting like an actual official UK release, hence why yeah, like it doesn't seem like it's getting a proper like actual UK drop, which sucks. I would love to see this in the cinema. If it does at some point down the line, I'm right there first in line because I love this freaking movie. But at the same time, cinema's getting a little overcrowded, right? I don't know if you guys you guys might have noticed earlier in the year I was doing some movie reviews. Did one for Scrapper, did one for Oppenschleimer, did one for Barbie, Talk to Me. Was that it? Did I do any more? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Can't forget that. Yeah, I did a few movie reviews. And then I kind of stopped, but I wanted to keep it up because I go to the cinema often. Movies are one of my favorite things in the world. I fucking love movies. And my love for films has been very much reignited ever since last year when I went to go see The Batman with my homie Carrie, who you might recognize from the Barbie Oppenheimer video I did. I went to go see The Batman, and that's when we started hanging out again, and he just kind of became my movie guy. And then we got like Odeon Limitless subscriptions, and my nearby cinema's like 10 minutes away, and it's limitless subscription, so why am I not going to go see all these freaking movies? But it made me realize something, like, yo, how many freaking, this summer, I swear to God, man, these movies were coming out like, I was like, yo, every week we're getting like 3 new multi-hundreds of millions of dollars a movie every freaking week, bro. And then you're seeing all these no wonder you're seeing all these like tweets talking about, yo, The Flash didn't make brackets, but Indiana Jones flopped, Blue Beetle flopped. Like, bro, they're coming out like 3 seconds apart. Like, the average person isn't trying to see a movie every freaking week. The average person probably goes to cinema like once every 2 months. And if that, like, because the shit's mad expensive, you know, a lot of people, they have busy lives, cost of living and stuff like that. You got to find a parking spot, maybe. You got to get a babysitter or something. If you got kids, you know, like, and the movies are long as fuck too. So like, you got to charge, these babysitters are going to be there for like 4 or 5 hours, right? Like, it's asking a lot to go see a movie, I would say, in 2023. Let alone 4 billion movies. But I'm loving it. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm all about it, right? So I've been enjoying seeing all these movies. I think the only big movies from this year that I didn't see, or this summer, like I'm trying to think. I didn't see Shazam 2. I didn't get around to seeing Suzume, if that's how you pronounce it. I never got around to seeing that. I meant to go see that, but did not get around to it. I didn't go see Strays or No Hard Feelings, which are 2 of the bigger comedies coming out. But they look trash, so I didn't go. I didn't see them because I thought they looked trash. What else? I didn't see, like, The Nun 2, Equalizer 3's out now. Haunting in Venice. I could give a freak about Haunting in Venice. I heard it's alright, but I'm not really leaping out of my chair to go see the new Kenneth Branagh fucking Agatha Christie movie. So, yeah, I could go see them. There's plenty of movies I did see that I wasn't interested in seeing. Like Haunted Mansion, I didn't really care about. Like that Gran Turismo, I didn't really care about, but I still saw the movie. But yeah, like, I just thought I'd spend some time in this video talking about that. Like, do you guys feel like it's too many movies? Because I feel like I don't know, I just feel like there was a time at some point, I'm not sure how long ago, but it was like you would get like a handful of like huge, big deal movies that like everyone was like, yo, I need to go see that, you know? Or like a larger, I think right now, I don't know, I feel like the average person isn't that like concerned with what's dropping. Like movies, I don't think they have like that splash like they used to. That's just from what I've observed. I mean, obviously people still talk about movies. Movies are always going to be culturally like relevant, and everyone's probably going to have like a movie that they would go and see. Like, I think everyone who consumes media and is online and this and that, is the average just human being, right? I reckon there is like an ideal movie for that person that would cause them to go out and go to the movies, you know? So, and a lot of the time, bro, I didn't even think about this. On top of that, a lot of people now, bro, they got huge freaking TVs, crazy sound systems, right? You know, comfy sofas. Going to the movies is not too much different. You know, you have to have a movie that really... I think that's honestly... My friend Carrie actually made a good point. I don't know how you guys feel about this, but I thought this was a valid point. But, like, he was talking about how the reason a lot of these films coming out are longer. Like, look at the new Mission Impossible. 2 hours, like 40 minutes. You got Oppenheimer, 3 hours. You got John Wick 4 was damn near 3 hours. You got freaking hell. Guardians 3 was like 2.5. What else was 2.5? I literally just had one. Indiana Jones, that was like 2.5. Like, you got all these movies that are mad long, bro. Maybe the reason that's the case is because maybe they want to, I don't know, they want to make the trip more worth it. That's what Carrie was saying, not me. So I shouldn't say it wasn't from me. It was from Carrie. So that it's actually worth the trip to leave the house and see like a huge epic 3-hour movie in the theater, like to really make it worth it. Like, I know this wasn't like a big movie, but Beau Was Afraid as well, 3 hours long. And yeah, I don't know, maybe that's a part of it, because I feel like you have to do a lot. Probably these days, bro, I feel like you gotta do a lot to separate your film from being like can't even fucking speak, to make your movie like worth I don't know if I'm wording it correctly, but to like actually give you an experience that is different if you go out and see it in the cinema. And obviously certain people are gonna always prefer to see the movie in the cinema. Like me, I will always, no matter what, prefer to watch, even if it's just some like Past Lives, bro. I'll talk about the movies I saw, by the way, in this video, but Past Lives, that even though that movie is a very like low stakes, beautiful, romantic, dialogue driven movie, I still would prefer to see that in the cinema, even though it's not necessarily heightening the experience necessarily, like by definition. Like for me, it still heightens it. Just being in that environment, like it's by default. Going to the cinema will improve the movie for me, but it's not like that for everyone. Some people probably see the cinema as a waste of time, so because they can just see it like at home, you know, with not spend shitloads of money on like food and freaking the ticket itself and parking and this and that and the other. Like, they probably don't see it as like worth it. But I don't know, like maybe if there was just less movies dropping. But then again, I gotta keep in mind that the reason there's a reason there's less movies dropping. It's because more the reason I think the backlog of like the lockdown and COVID and everything is definitely still being felt, and that's why a lot of these movies are dropping the same time. Like, I think a lot of people were saying this, but Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, there was no reason for that movie to flop. First weekend, it made bank, right? Second weekend, Barbie and Oppenheimer came out. No chance, bro. Those two movies dominated, man. Like, Barbie is easily the most, like, highest grossing movie of the year for sure. I think only slightly above, or the only movie that's even coming close is Mario Bros. But Barbie, like, freaking stormed the cinema. Like, people were still going to see that movie months, like, because I saw the movie twice. I saw it a second time. The second watch, bro, Barbie hit even harder for me on the second watch. I was fucking with Barbie. Anyway, besides the point. That's my just chatting films, opinions and all that, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, people were going out of their way to see Barbie. Motherfuckers were talking about Barbie. People are still talking about Barbie. Yeah, Mission Impossible deserved better, because that was a really good movie. That was a great freaking movie. I left that cinema cheesing out of my mind, happy as heck, because that was a great cinema experience. And I feel like it deserved better, because, yeah, it was on track to make back its... But I think it did make back its, like, budget, but you got to keep in mind, this gets brought up a lot, I think, now because of films failing to make back their budget, is the making back your budget is one thing, making a profit is another thing, because extra money gets put into the marketing of the movie as well, and the post-production, pre-production. There's a lot of other things that money goes into beyond just the production of the film, which is what the budget is for. So simply put, like, you can make back your budget, but it doesn't necessarily mean you're making a profit. You have to, like, go above and beyond to make a profit off the movie. And Mission Impossible, I think it did make back its budget, but not by enough for it to be a profitable movie, which is kind of crazy considering it's like a part one, Dead Reckoning part one, like the conclusion, the two-part conclusion to, you know, Mission Impossible. I believe it's like the final two movies. Like, you would think, like, or you would hope. I guess they went into it assuming this movie is going to make, like, mad money and actually be worth the production. But yeah, I mean, again, by the end of the day, money's not the only factor. You know, it's about making a good film and having a lasting impact and all that shit. But as far as studios are concerned, you know, they want their movies to succeed, obviously. But yeah, as far as the movies I saw, I want to get into the movies I saw. I'm gonna grab my phone. Sorry, I threw my phone on my bed. Hold on. I want to actually talk about my opinions on the movies that came out, because it's just fun. And as much as I can ramble on about the state of cinema, I'm just like a guy. I don't have like any insight on it. I'm just having fun, man. I want to get into the habit of doing videos like this, where I'm not actually having to make or spend like 12 years editing. I can just like ramble on, because I realize, like, when I'm talking to Carrie on the voice note or whatever, or on a call, or talking to my friends, my family, I do just naturally ramble. I don't necessarily need to be over here like cutting things up and that. I think I kind of make an entertaining video. So let me know if you like this more conversational kind of type of video. Anyway, let's go all the way back. I just spit on my freaking phone. Let's go all the way back to the beginning of summer, which would have been June. So we started things off on a real high with Spider-Man. Spider-Man across the Spider-Verse, bro. Ooh. I saw that shit 3 times, bro. I loved that fucking movie. God damn, that shit's amazing. Beau's Afraid was good too. I really like Beau's Afraid. Then again, I'm really into like slow, ambiguous, weird, like Ari Aster shit. It was definitely a risk for Ari Aster to make that movie. It's probably my least favorite Ari Aster movie, but he's earned like me trying his weird experiment. Like, you know, it's like with the new From Software game, Armored Core 6. I bought that game. I never played Armored Core before, but I bought that game because From Software made Dark Souls and Bloodborne and Elden Ring. They've earned it. They've earned my purchase, bro. From Software, hey, I'll play whatever you motherfuckers make, because I know you got the sauce. Ari Aster's earned it. Hereditary and Midsommar, hey, bro. Shit's fucking dope. I love those movies. So I was gonna go see Beau's Afraid regardless. I was excited to see what he was cooking up, and that shit was insane. I had a great time. The Flash. Nah, bro. The Flash was trash. More like the trash. Nah, bro. I did not enjoy The Flash. The humor was very overbearing, and I don't think it worked. It was way too quippy for its own good. The CGI, bro, that was horrendous to look at. Then we got Elemental. I didn't really rate Elemental either. Then we had... great movie, Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. That was fucking awesome. I don't think that was really a summer movie. I don't know if it just arrived at the UK late, but I saw that in June. Thought that was incredible. Asteroid City, fire. Loved it. Sisu. Dope movie. Yeah, what else we got? Indiana Jones, Down Destiny. I was very upset with how little closure I actually gave the Indiana Jones saga. Like, it didn't really justify its existence at all. Like, all you had to do was be better than Crystal Skull. That's not hard. I mean, it's hard to make a movie, but bro, Crystal Skull is like the worst Spielberg. Is that the worst Spielberg movie? I've not seen every Spielberg movie, but I feel like that might be a good case for the worst Spielberg movie. And yet you still fail. This to me, I prefer Crystal Skull over Dial of Destiny. Dial of Destiny was dead, man. Joyride, pretty likable comedy. I'd recommend that. You know, it wasn't the best, but it was a fun time. I enjoyed that. Then we saw Dead Reckoning Part 1, fire. Barbie, fire. Oppenheimer, fire, bro. I didn't see these in the cinema, but I would like to shout out Sanctuary and Blackberry for both being good films. Blackberry, definitely my favorite biopic movie of this year, which we've had a fair few. There was also Air earlier on in the year, and we just had Dumb Money, so there's been a few. And there's also, was there like a Flamin' Hot Cheetos movie? I didn't see it, or like, I don't think it even came to the UK, but I swear there was like a Flamin' Hot Cheetos movie. Then we saw Talk to Me, fire freaking movie, loved it. I saw Spider-Verse again after that. Then I watched When You Finish Saving the World, directed by Jesse Eisenberg. Yo, Finn Wolfhard, my guy. I don't know if acting's your thing. Yeah, you know, it was a coming-of-age film trying to fill the void of feeling alone and connect with people, themes like that. But I'm not gonna lie, bro. If I hear Finn Wolfhard's character talk about how that was so terra cool, all the shit he was saying, some of the like fake slang, but it was mad annoying. A very unsubtle movie. Didn't really care for it like that. Meg 2. I reviewed Meg 2. I forgot about my review for friggin' Meg 2. First half was trash, but second half was dope. Then I saw Mutant Mayhem. I went to see that 2 times actually. I saw it twice. Second time with some family. Fun film, bro. Fun film. I would be up for a sequel. Did that end up making a profit? I really hope it did, bro, because I feel like there's mad potential with a franchise with that. But only if the studios agree, you know what I'm saying? So maybe over time it might get like a, you know, kind of like Into the Spider-Verse with Across the Spider-Verse. Into the Spider-Verse did well, like it succeeded, but I don't think it made back like, say like the other Spider-Man movies, like the Tom Holland. Like obviously it's not touching that, but I think it did make back its budget. And then Across the Spider-Verse ended up doing fucking amazing, right? Like I think people they were still showing Across the Spider-Verse like 3 freaking months after it dropped. I still see showings pop up on my apps and everything in the local cinemas. I still see them showing Across the Spider-Verse. Bro, people fuck with Across the Spider-Verse, bro. I think it's just off of the excitement surrounding it and just the build-up. I think just the time, the 5 years since the first movie, people have seen the movie, people have talked about it, the word of mouth. I think Across the Spider-Verse ended up having a bigger impact because of that. I also saw this movie called The Dive. Yeah, it was like a mystery screening, so I didn't know what I was getting into, to be fair. But yeah, that shit was mid, bro. So that was not that good, man. But I will say it was immaculately shot, and it did do a very good job of capturing the fear of the endless ocean. But the actual story itself and dialogue was cheeks, unfortunately. But there were definitely good things about it that impressed me. Blue Beetle. Look, Blue Beetle. I don't know. I didn't love Blue Beetle. In my opinion, it's like about as standard as it gets when it comes to like superhero movies. It ticks like every freaking box. You've seen this movie before, but I don't know. I feel like coming off of The Flash, especially, made this film stand out as a good film. Because The Flash, whilst it was, I guess, a little bit more maybe experimental in its structure with the multiverse time thing, Michael Keaton Batman ended up being really obnoxious, but it was at least trying something kind of different. Blue Beetle, on the other hand, is not at all, but it was a film that was very self-contained. In order to enjoy The Flash, you got to know what happened in Man of Steel, in Batman freaking the Michael Keaton Batman Returns, and all that. You got to watch like 5 other movies to like the Justice League. You know, you got to watch you got to do a bunch of homework to even get what the hell's happening in The Flash. At least Blue Beetle's a standalone, simple freaking superhero flick. Is it the best? No, it's not the best. It's not that funny. It's a little cheesy. It's got some charm though. I thought the lead was really entertaining. I really liked Sholo as Jaime Reyes, the Blue Beetle himself. I thought he was a really good lead. And I like the family dynamic. I thought it was executed very well. And the action was surprisingly well helmed too. There was some really cool camera work going on with some of the action. To me, whilst it's not the best movie, I thought it was still pretty good. It was a little bit long, but I still feel like it was for what it was a good film. And I think this is the kind of movie, I don't know, this actually made me think that DC, with James Gunn's like new DC, I don't know, it felt focused. It gave me the idea that they have a focus and a trajectory in mind. It felt like it knew what it was, and it just executed being what it was. And I got my respect for that, even if it wasn't the best movie. There was a lot of cheesy moments. And like what was the guy, George Lopez? Yeah, he was not funny to me at all in the whole movie. I can't lie. People talking about how he steals the movie. Nah, bro, he wasn't even that funny like that. I thought he was a little trash. Anyway, Scrapper, great freaking indie film. Loved that. Gran Turismo, hey, I don't know if you guys saw Gran Turismo, but I was kind of surprised by Gran Turismo, bro. Look, call me crazy. I don't know if there's like a hot take, but hey, the driving scenes in Gran Turismo. It's been a minute since I've seen this movie, but I think they're better than the driving racing scenes in Ford v Ferrari, bro. And I haven't seen Ford v Ferrari since it dropped. But the drive-in scenes in Gran Turismo were dope, bro. They were very, very good. And even though the movie looks like a tacky, like, straight-to-DVD movie, like, the color grading and shot composition was so cheap-looking in this movie. It took a minute to get over that, and some of the dialogue in the opening, like, third of the film was truly trash. When it really got moving, this film was exciting, dude. David fucking Harbour is one of the best, bro. He is actually such a good actor. He killed this shit. I thought Gran Turismo was surprisingly good. Then we had, Haunted Mansion, straight mid. Theater Camp, excellent movie. Really enjoyed Theater Camp. One of the most wholesome and charming comedies, man. And I freaking loved the documentary style angle that this film had. It made it feel so intimate, but it wasn't so on the nose and tacky. Like, they didn't have, like, interviews. Like, there were moments where I thought, are they gonna really go double down on the mockumentary thing and have, like, interviews like What We Do in the Shadows style? But it never actually did that, and the more I think about it, the more I'm grateful about that, because it made the film feel more real and less like a film, because stuff like that would make it feel like a product, so I'm glad they didn't end up doing that. The Blackening as well, another comedy that came out. To be honest, bro, I don't know, I wish this film was, I think that the actual, can't talk, the actual cast, like the people involved, did an amazing job. The chemistry was great. Everyone understood the assignment, and they saw the humor in everything, and it was delivered well. The jokes themselves, bro, they just weren't that funny to me, honestly. I didn't really find the jokes particularly funny. There were definitely moments where I laughed, but it was mostly due to the actual human beings, like the people and their mannerisms and the way they were playing off of one another. The cast were great, but the actual humor as far as the writing just did not land for me in that. So I'm kind of on the fence with that one. Past Lives, fucking goated. My disc is almost full. All right, I gotta restart it. We back? Cool. Sorry, my freaking laptop was running low on space, so I had to like stop the recording, delete some stuff. Past Lives, man. Past Lives. It's between that right now. It's between that and Spider-Verse for my favorite movie this year. I'm not sure. I don't know. I think overall, I'll probably say Spider-Verse. Overall, probably say Spider. I don't know. It's hard though. I love them both, man. Like, I gotta see it again. It's such a beautiful freaking film. It has one of my favorite opening shots of the year. I loved how that permeated throughout the film. For me, I just could not escape that moment. It's one of those movies where there's just like so many things left unsaid that just absolutely wreck you. It honestly damn near felt like a mirror into my freaking life at points. This thing got so eerily real. Yeah, I don't know if I have like the words right now off the cuff to sort of encapsulate everything Past Lives accomplished for me. I love the idea of what happens in this film being just one of many past lives. I love that notion. I think that's a really deeply sad yet comforting idea. There are so many things this film accomplished and emotions it tapped into that I've never really felt watching a film before. And I gotta say, the score as well from Daniel Rossen of Grizzly Bear, incredible. Probably my favorite film score of the year. Cobweb, by the way, that was cool, a bit silly. Anthony Starr, dude, that is way too good at playing a deranged, intimidating individual. Him and Lizzie Kaplan are the most perfect duo for like a manic horror movie couple freaking ever. Yeah, I thought this was okay. It was fun. It was a little dragged out, I thought, but it had more than a few good scares. The ending got a little insane for me. I think it kind of lost me a bit. Yeah, overall, not a bad horror film. The first slam dunk, bro. Oh yeah, that's top 5. Oh yeah, that's top 5 this year. This movie was so freaking good. The whole idea of a sports movie taking place across one giant like finale championship match was incredible. I don't know why I've never seen that before. Maybe another movie has done that, but I thought that was a stroke of genius. And there is a moment in this film where everything goes silent. It freaking reminded me of the bomb scene in Oppenheimer, when it goes like quiet. It rivals that. Like, there was a moment in this film where everything goes quiet. I was like, oh my, bro, the way they timed it was crazy. I loved it. After that, though, we got Dumb Money, which is going to be the last one I bring up in this video. Oh, there was Passages, too. I forgot about freaking Passages. What a fucking wild movie, man. This movie is all about this scumbag guy who cheats on his husband, and you sort of just slowly see this guy just fall further and further into a rabbit hole of douchebaggery, and it's a pretty amazing character study film with another incredible opening scene too, and a great performance from Ben Whishaw and Thomas. That was not the name of the actor, that was the character. Franz Rogowski, amazing performance, one of my favorite performances of the year from him. And yeah, Dumb Money. Didn't rate Dumb Money at all. This is the most recently, I literally saw this like 2 days ago. I was not into this movie, man. My problem with it is its lack of identity. I feel like if you have a movie like this, where it's a biopic about like corporations and business moves and stuff that on paper isn't really that exciting, you gotta give me a hook to really have my interest and attention for like an hour, 40 minutes. At no point did this film accomplish that. For example, Blackberry earlier this year, you saw like with Jay Baruchel's character in the film, you saw him as this sort of like antisocial, introverted guy who gets kind of swept up by Glenn Howerton, who's very like blunt and angry. And that dichotomy carried like a very personal angle throughout the film that I was invested in. There was a human story there. Yeah, Keith Gill, like his whole story, I guess, being like a YouTube guy who manages to sort of get all these people on board for this GameStop thing, like that whole story is interesting. But the whole time I feel like a fly on the wall of a story that I already kind of know. The trailer made it look as if it was going to be this like zany comedy. It's really not that. It's not funny like at all. I did not find this movie funny whatsoever. There's a couple moments with Pete Davidson that I thought were funny. I do think Pete Davidson is a very naturally funny and charismatic actor. He, for me, was the best part of the film. All the humor outside of a few moments with him did not make me laugh at all. And the actual story itself, the music supervision was so trash, bro. There's a scene involving Humble by Kendrick Lamar that was just so fucking corny. Like, this movie was just dead to me, bro. It was so boring, man. There was just no hook for me. Like, Air bordered on having that problem too, but because I think it kind of reached for a more emotional payoff, and I don't think it really stuck the landing with that. But you could feel like Matt Damon's like burning desire to prove everyone wrong and chase the whole like Michael Jordan thing. Like, that was very felt, and I felt like that justified itself more than Dumb Money. I think it just needed a more personal hook to really carry it. There were so many scenes where it just looked like a shitty YouTube video as well, like there's like kind of collage, like the tweets appear and the Reddit stuff. It was just super obnoxious. This film it didn't really have an identity to it. For me it kind of falls in the same category as like The Big Short, where it was about something that could make for an interesting movie, but its execution gave me no reason to give a shit about what I was watching, nor was it entertaining to watch, in my opinion. So yeah, overall, those are the movies I saw this summer. And we still got quite a few movies to look forward to, bro. Like, we just had a few film festivals I can't wait to see. That fucking Harmony Korine's movie, bro. Bro, I've been hearing this movie's mental. It's like this movie where it's like an action movie, but it's all in infrared. You got Travis Scott, and it's got something to do with like VR and fucking video games or something, bro. Harmony Korine, yeah. I've only seen 2 of his movies. It's his most recent 2 movies. It feels like a dream. Spring Breakers, dude. I love Spring Breakers, man. That movie's fucking wild, man. Scarface on repeat, constant, y'all. And the marketing, the way that movie looked like a comedy in the trailers, and it was this extremely like eerie, dark, artsy movie that comes off on the surface like a parody of itself, but that movie accomplishes so much. And The Beach Bum is it's just insane. An insane comedy, really funny movie. Maybe my favorite Matthew McConaughey. If Matthew McConaughey didn't make me fucking cry in Interstellar so much, that would be his best performance in my opinion. Even better than True Detective. The Beach Bum, one of the best, if not the best Matthew McConaughey performance, bro. I don't give a fuck. This dude Harmony Korine, bro, I need to get into. Would you recommend getting into all of his movies, like Julian, Donkey Boy, and Gummo, and Trash Humpers? Is it worth going in? Because he seems like a really interesting filmmaker. Who likes to play with what films make you feel, and like conventions, and like representation and stereotypes in films and subvert them in really unique ways that toy with the medium of filmmaking. Like, I feel like he's that kind of dude, you know. And for that reason, I'm actually kind of gassed to see this aggro drift movie, bro. Like, fucking entirely infrared with Travis Scott VR, like, action movie. What the fuck? Apparently people like love it and hate it. It seems like mad divided. People are saying it's horrible. Some people say it's freaking crazy good. I don't fucking know. I'm just excited to see whatever that is. And we got this new Jonathan Glazer movie, dude. Oh yeah. The Boy and the Heron, my guy. Oh yeah. I'm gonna need that now, bro. I need that shit yesterday, bro. What else we got coming out, man? That movie with Paul Mescal and Andrew Scott, apparently that's like next level. The fucking Yorgos movie, Poor Things, G? I've been hearing Poor Things is like amazing. So yeah, we got plenty more movies to look forward to, which is great. Next year, bro, the fact that Doom Part 2 got delayed till next year, it crushes me. That and Across the Spider-Verse have been from the beginning my most anticipated movies, and Spider-Verse was fucking legendary. Incredible film, right? Doom Part 2 got delayed till next year. Oh my goodness. I mean, look, bro, the strikes, it's a good thing. I'm glad the strikes are happening because these actors are incredible artists and they deliver so much entertainment for us, and so many of them just go overlooked when it comes to their right to be paid fairly. Same goes for the amazing talented writers, bro. Have you ever tried writing a fucking script? I know I have. Shit's impossible. I'm not a very good writer, dude. And I've tried writing out like scenes and stories. I'm not really good at it. Like the closest, the best I've done when it comes to like screenwriting is like the skits and shit I do with like, you know, on my channel. Like, yeah, it's hard, bro. It's not like I can't, I'm stuttering. To be able to write some of these amazing movies that we've seen this year, that I've loved this year, is staggering achievement. So I definitely like am in support of the strikes, right? But I won't lie, Doom Part 2 getting delayed, that struck a nerve, bro. Because I thought the first Doom was fire, bro. I freaking loved the first Dune. So, like that I will never forget that cinema experience. Seeing a film like that on the screen in the cinema was unbelievably overwhelming. It just looked unbelievably fucking magnificent. Like what they accomplished with that budget and the set design and just the drama of it all. I got so into that freaking movie. And then we get that cliffhanger, bro. I need that part 2. When I hear that shit's about to be like 3 hours, bro, that is fucking great. I want that shit like now, dude. Anyway, bro, I'm gonna just quit talking now. That's gonna be the end of this one. What have been some of your favorite movies this year? What have you enjoyed this summer blockbuster freaking extravaganza that we've had? What have been some of your favorite films over the summer? What movies are you looking forward to? And how do you feel about the current climate of Hollywood and the film industry, as it is definitely in a bit of a transitional period and turning point and in a bit of a tumultuous phase at the minute? I would love to hear what you guys think about it, because it's just something I've just been thinking about as I've been watching these movies and enjoying these movies. Another freaking movie I didn't even mention that I literally watched today. I watched Bottoms today, as I said at the start. No One Will Save You. No One Will Save You, bro. That was gas. Yeah, go check No One Will Save You out. Some of the CGI is a little bit dodgy, but very entertaining, intense sci-fi horror right there, starring my freaking baby boo-boo, Caitlin Dever. I freaking love Caitlin Dever, bro. Anything with Caitlin Dever in, I'm like, yeah, let's go. She's so good, man. Book smart. Legendary movie. Short Term 12, my favorite fucking movie in the world. Like, Caitlin Dever's my G. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up now. Have a wonderful day. Watch some movies today because you freaking deserve it. Have some fun, and I love you. Goodbye. Peace.